Hi, hi
Good
Rusty.
evening.
Yeah, I've been gluing my model and waiting for you. So,
Yeah, I'm running a little late tonight, but finally made it on. So uh, I think we had a few of our usual guests that went to contests this week. So I'm interested to hear about that. I know Charles went to one in California, and I'm not sure if Jamie went to one or not, but we'll see how everybody fared.
yeah,
Huntersville had beautiful weather. I unfortunately was not able to attend um, because after all of the hype and preparation, I had my truck backed up to the shop and I was staging my equipment and my hip went out on me and I could no longer walk. I had to call my wife to come out from the house and help me in. And I've been using a walker to shuffle around barely ever since then. So that was a huge disappointment. But it turned out to be a great contest. I've been getting reports from everybody, and the weather was identical every day, mid 70s with 4-mile-an-hour winds, and dang, it sounded like a terrible one to miss. And but anyway, what about you? What'd you do this weekend?
I missed on our local contest too. There was a contest down in New Plymouth, and I couldn't attend because of my arm causing me grief. I couldn't really drive that far, and I didn't want to get my wife to drive the whole distance on her own. So we flagged that one away. But we've got another contest coming up, 18th of November. So we're
Oh,
planning for
that's
that
good.
one.
That's
I'm
good.
supposed to be the director for that one. So if people have been offering help in different ways, so that's quite nice to know that there are people out there that are happy to come and help judge and help tabulate the scores and get the grounds organised.
That's a big job. People don't realize what goes on behind the scenes at these contests, but all of that takes lots of planning and it takes dependable people that commit to running scores, tabulating, all that stuff, and so I'm happy that we've got so many people that are willing to help out. And Charles Carter just joined us in the video, and Ken Colbert just joined us over on the YouTube side. Ken asked, how did it go Friday? Well, I don't know if you heard me talking, Ken, but yeah, not so good for me. But I'm still here, so we will carry on. Good
Well, that
evening,
was really
Charles.
unfortunate.
Good evening, you guys.
Hi, Charles.
Hey,
You
what's up,
probably
Dave?
Hi,
got
Charles.
you probably got white line fever. You just got off of a 7-hour drive on the highway, didn't you?
Yes, yeah. Yep, right, exactly.
Hey, good evening, Ron Hass. Ron showed up, one of our usual YouTubers.
All right. Rusty, I didn't notice a link at the Stunthangar website at the bench.
I banged it out about the instant I came in here. Let me go over there and make sure it actually posted. Yep. Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
Yeah, and Ken Colbert, I think, or one of them, I think it was Ken, was concerned because we weren't on Friday, and that was because I thought I was going to be in Huntersville, but as it turns out, I couldn't make it to the computer Friday night anyway, so we just had to scrub that show. But we're back in action.
All right.
It was a real trick getting my coffee and everything I needed over here to the table.
I bet.
I have to furniture walk. I have to go from table to chair to table and put stuff on it, move the walker, pick it up, move it to the next table, and man, what a life.
Well, it must have been a bummer because I know you did a lot to get ready for Huntersville. You had all your models ready to go, and you were all enthused. And
I was as ready as ever, and but I was, I guess Thursday I had been doing stuff all day, gathering things I needed, and I guess I just overdid it. I've been limping on that hip for weeks now, and I've mentioned it in here before, but I guess that was just the last straw. I just got to a point where it gave out. I was out in the shop and realized I was standing at the table and couldn't let go of it, and you know, couldn't move that leg anymore. So I'm glad I safely managed to get into the house without falling down and breaking something else. But, mercy, what a weekend! Yeah, I was about to whip a tear too. I was so disappointed.
Oh, I bet, man.
Yeah, and well, I guess I need to hold out until May. I don't know of any other contests that I can realistically plan to make. You know, the King Orange is in Jacksonville, Florida in December, but I don't think I'll make that trip. You know, the holidays are busy enough without driving down to Florida and entering a contest. So I'll just build my Cardinal and hope I can keep the old body intact until May and make a decent showing. Somebody texted me. Let's see who's trying to get in touch with me here. It is says it won't let me in again. I've got a phone number but no name. Oh, for Pete's sake. That must be Terry. I thought I had Terry's name listed in my phone. Terry's been having trouble getting in here. I don't know what the problem is. Terry, if that's you, send me a sign. And I don't know what I can do though. We could all go over to Appear In. Maybe when everybody gets here, we can switch over, try switching over to that. If Sparky shows up, I think he's planning on being here. Maybe he can help us make the transition. But we'll hang out right here until he does, and see if there's anything we can do. And I'm sorry if I sound unprepared tonight, but I am kind of off of my game, if you know what I mean. So
yeah, oh, absolutely.
I sat out on the front porch yesterday and listened to last bits and pieces of last Monday's show, and it was a lot about Steve talking about Samantha getting on the U.S. team, and that was pretty interesting. I learned a lot. Yeah, Steve gave us a pretty good idea of what it takes to get on the team, and all that kind of, you know, traveling arrangements and all that kind of stuff. So I was glad he was able to do that. I learned a lot that I didn't know before about competing on a big scale like Samantha does.
Yeah. What's been
Terry Forbes, please send me another text and tell me if that was you contacting me a minute ago. I don't know.
We've had the same winter weather here. We haven't been able to do much flying. It's been really, really windy, but hopefully we'll get some better weather too, and we'll get a bit more flying in here.
Well, y'all are just at the beginning of, y'all are in what we would call spring here, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see.
The windy, wet months, yeah.
May. It's like about April, late April here, I guess, and that's unstable weather systems moving through, and hopefully it'll settle down and y'all can get some good stable flying weather. Yeah. Well, Charles, you won a trophy. You won third place. Is that what you said?
Yeah, third place in advance.
That's excellent.
Very, very excited about that.
Oh,
nice. There it is. Let me click you up so the tubers can see you. Golden State Stunt Championships, third place. Very nice. Oh, is that Star the location of the contest?
Yeah, right in the middle of the state.
Okay. Slam in the middle of California.
Right. So I'm down at the south end of California. So I drove all the way up there.
You're almost at the southern border, aren't you?
Yeah, about an hour, maybe an hour from the border where I'm at. Yeah, about an hour.
Good
I got,
going. Good going.
I got some pictures from the contest. Not very many, just a couple. If you'd like to see them, I can share them with you.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Okay, let me do a screen share here.
Terry Forbes says it wasn't him trying to get in. And Kenneth Culver says, way to go, Charles. Well, Terry says it's not my call. Had trouble just getting logged on. I'll log in when invited. Well, you're invited. I hereby invite you. The link, let me repost the link right here in the chat box. Bang. Bang. Okay. Try clicking it again. And make sure your ad blockers are turned off and your whatever your malware protection's not too set too aggressive. Until Sparky gets here, I don't have any other ideas about how to get you in here with us. It started all of a sudden. You never had any trouble before.
There's
hey guys.
Terry.
Yeah, I had no trouble
are.
getting in. Yeah, listen, I had no trouble getting in, but what you're not comprehending, Charles. You may explain it to him. When Sparky ejected me the last couple times, YouTube treated me like those horrible guys that put up that profanity on that racial slur. I'm almost getting banned from YouTube. And if that happens because of Sparky's misuse of these tools, I cannot help what happens to him, because my ability to be on YouTube and my reputation for YouTube cannot be tarnished in this way. Just ask me to leave and I'll sign off if it's too crowded.
When did Sparky ban you from,
well,
or
he
eject
kicked me off. It was 3 different times, 3 different days. And I get timeouts when I'm bumped off because he has the creators tool. He should give you a blue wrench. Charles, does he have a blue wrench? No. If you go to the chat, you'll see no blue wrench for Rusty. He is not a moderator. You have no moderators. And when Sparky hit me with the eject, it was the most severe eject you can get. And I had to have my attorney contact YouTube to get it reversed, because I said nothing and did nothing to be ejected that way. And I tried to politely bring it up to you last call, but you said I was taking it personal. And I guess I did, because I don't partake in those kind of activities. And last Monday, I was at a buddy's house with a bunch of RC guys, and it was pitiful what they did to you. And you couldn't eject them, Rusty, because you don't have the tool. They bounced right back. Yeah, it's not enough.
I have an eject tool.
Yeah, but they kept coming back because they weren't given the timeouts that I received.
Yes, because I think they've got
24-hour timeout. No.
They've got rotating IP addresses. That's what I assumed.
Well, you do not have a wrench after your name. And when you get that, that means you're a moderator. Next up from a moderator is the creators button. That's the button that Sparky wields. Look, I don't make this stuff up, man. It's frustrating. Let me just click off for a little bit. Let other guys have a chance to come on, and I'll come on in a little bit.
Well, we're not overloaded.
But I love all you guys. I love all you guys.
We're not overloaded with people right now.
Yeah, I know.
I apologize if I said the wrong thing.
No. It's okay. Listen, man, I'm extremely thick-skinned, believe me. And, anyway, let's do this. We got all kinds of neat stuff going on. And Charles, I'm so proud of you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Terry. I'm excited.
You know that you flew, Charles. Your scores were based on flight scores only. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And that says a ton, my friend. That says a ton.
Yeah, so I
screen share.
have a screen share. You guys want to click on my?
Yeah, I see. There you go. Oh, Paul Walker.
Oh, beautiful.
Paul Walker, and let's see here. And next, let's see if I can go. The next one is so here's the expert scores, and you can see. Can you guys see my cursor?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is Jim Rhodes.
It's kind of
Over
small.
here. And then this is Brett Buck. Brett Buck got 578. You guys see my cursor?
Can you press on your plus button and make it a little bigger?
Yeah. This is Jim Rhodes.
Yeah. There you go.
There's the echo.
Now we got it.
Brett Buck.
That's big enough.
Buck got 578. I wonder why the echo's there. You get the echo?
Make it a little bigger.
I hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We get a lot of crosstalk in here sometimes when I know nobody's got their YouTube going.
Let me make sure I don't have my YouTube going just in case. No, my YouTube is gone.
Sometimes it crosstalks anyway.
Okay.
This is just a screwy system. That's why I thought maybe there was some problem with people trying to get in, is because it's just a screwy system.
You know, they've been tweaking it.
Gentlemen, it was mine.
Okay.
Oh,
Wally.
That
You're the
explains it.
culprit.
Yeah.
Your fault, Wally.
It's gone now.
Okay, Haskell.
All right.
Okay, Haskell.
So-
Watch
It's-
yourself.
It's that troublemaker Wally all the
Yeah.
time.
I'm back.
So you guys can see all the experts that were there. And we have, some really talented people here.
Oh, no question, man.
I mean,
Minnesota Mike was thrilled to meet you, Charles.
oh, so was I. I was thrilled to meet him. And
Yeah.
he asked if I wanted.
He just posted over on YouTube. He says you're an awesome flyer.
Oh, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Minnesota Mike. Appreciate it.
Ken Colbert concurs.
Oh, thank you very much, Ken. Yeah,
I concur too, because I see it in the videos.
I got a 512, Wally, at this contest. It's my second time over 500 and my best score to date. And so I'm very, very excited about that. But
Yeah, that's nice.
But I wanted to know that at this contest, I don't know if you guys can see the scoreboard for expert. Are you guys there?
Yep.
David Fitzgerald, I see.
All right, so you see, Fitzgerald was there, Paul Walker, Howard Rush. Now, there's some other guys you might not recognize right away, but Bob Whiteley, he's a former national champion.
Mhm.
And who else?
Yeah, there's some big shots, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And all
I mean,
these guys have 15 or 20 beauty points.
You
too,
got-
don't they?
you got
Oh,
Fitz-
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fitzgerald over on the other line, he just took the Nats.
Yes, and he got
Yep.
third. He got third this weekend. As a matter of fact, there's a picture of me and David, or David and I should say, and we both got third places. So that's kind of cool. Anyways, let me show you the next screen, next page. So here's I have a better picture than this. Hang on. All right, so here's the advance. So you can see there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 competitors. So, it was some competition. Now, in the first round, is this big enough for you guys?
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah.
It's a little bit bigger here. All right. So
Yeah,
in the first
it's fine.
round, I was at 453 and a half. And I was so disgusted with myself because I was, at that time, I was probably looking at 5th place, I think. And so I was going to be the last one in the second round. So I went to the practice circle. And what had happened was my rounds were too big and my bottoms were too high. So I just went to the practice circle and I really worked on lowering my bottoms. And so when I came back in the second round, I scored 512.
Wow,
And
that's
512 and a half.
Excellent.
Yeah, I was really determined. And
Excellent.
'cause I told Rusty, I hate to travel 7, 8 hours and don't get a piece of wood. You know what I mean? I mean, give me some wood, So so I kind of willed myself But I was telling Rusty that the guys that were ahead of me, Lanny Shorts, he built his plane, and I know he got appearance points. And I'm not really sure about Bob Duncan, but I didn't have an appearance point. So if I would have gotten, at least 14 appearance points, which I don't think that's too hard to do. I mean, it's hard to get 19 points, but I think 13, 14, 15, that's not – if you have a decent finish, I think you can get that. If I would have done that, I would have gotten first place. So next year, for sure, I'm going to show up with my own plane.
Yeah.
Here,
Mike
here.
says Lanny Shorts has been flying since the 1950s.
No, I believe that. Easy.
Yeah, I mean, he did good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking anything away from anybody, but every year I've probably at least put on that many points, 30 years or so. I think last year, not last year, but the year before, at the state, the same contest, I did a 474, and so here I did a 512. And then the year prior to that, when I was a beginner, I think I did like I think it was like a 250. So every year and so I hope next year I come back and am a better pilot even then. So we'll see. As long as I have my health and my family behind me, I hope to do well. Let me see. Do I have any more pictures? So here's the national champion, Dave Fitzgerald.
David, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
There he is.
And I thought he was short. You're shorter. Look at you.
Yeah, I am short. That's why I had to make up for it with my points.
Yeah, that's what Minnesota Mike said. He was surprised. I told him, yeah, Charles is like a big fire plug.
Yeah.
I've never seen you in real life either. I've just seen pictures of you and your own personal description.
Yeah, I'm pretty I'm 5. Bless you, Wally.
Gesundheit.
Excuse me.
So I'm like 5'5", and I'm weighing I think I weigh about 225 right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm 6'3" and I'm 330.
Yeah,
Wouldn't want you to get me in a bear hug. It'd be lethal.
Yeah, that's what you
You'd
call
be
it.
like a real bear.
Well, I wonder how big you're not bigger than Jared though, Jamie, right?
I've never been by Jared, so I'm not really sure.
Jared's a big dude.
Yeah, I don't
Jared
think anybody here in this
Hey,
group
hey, have
is
you
bigger than
seen
Jared.
the last videos that were put up by the U-Control guy on Old Windy? Because that little blonde kid, I hate to tell you, is Jared. That little blonde kid is Jared,
I'm like,
man.
whoa, Jared.
Yeah,
You're
I was
big.
at the 2010s with a team RC scales group, and I was constantly wandering over to the control line area, which was kind of ticking off the guys on the team, Anyway, yeah, that was Jared. Can you believe it?
I gotta check that out.
No, man, that was just a surprise when I saw that. So
Yeah,
I
I recognized him. When I saw him on Stunthangar and I heard the name Jared, I thought, my son said to me, because they're the same age, he goes, "That's not that little blonde kid, is it?" I go, "Nah,
Sure
it can't be." Holy cow.
Now he's got the wraparound sunglasses too.
Yeah. And
It
he's a
just
hell of
makes-
a good flyer, too. And I really can't wait for him to get into fuel blending, because that's something I need to play with.
Yeah. Now, which video is that, Terry? I'm not familiar with that video.
He released 2 videos over the weekend from Windy on the control line guy or CL guy. The man who posts, he's on here all the time.
That's Paul Taylor.
Yeah, Paul. Excuse me. Sorry, Paul. Forgot your name. Come on more, and then I'll get your face to your name.
So I know
you got your Halloween skeleton in the background there, Terry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah? Can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's something I put together for my wife. She always likes Halloween. So it's a marionette. I'll show you how it works in a couple days.
Okay.
And the other one I hooked up old bicycle parts like brakes and stuff, and I have it so He's like a marionette. His head turns, the jaw moves. I can go up and down. Well, the head is on 3 axes plus the jaw on one open close. Plus the eyes light up with intensity. When you speak through the microphone, the eyes light up.
Oh,
Hey,
cool.
George.
Hey, George.
How are you?
We're
How are
good.
you? How are you?
Hi, guys.
Hola. Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
So Jamie, was you in a contest?
Buenos
Jamie, that weekend?
noches.
Excuse me.
Was that?
Was you in a contest also, Jamie?
Yeah.
How'd you do?
I took first with a 264.5.
Get down.
All right.
All right.
What I'm talking about.
That's the score I had to bet.
Now show me some wood. Where's the wood at?
Now that's a pretty damn good beginner pattern score.
Nice.
Yeah, all right. Now, Wally, let me show you some wood. And Terry.
Oh,
That's what I'm
nice.
talking about.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, baby. There you
Coveted
go.
Golden State Contest Award.
Excellent.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's man cave wallpaper, man. That's the way.
Yeah.
That's it, buddy.
That's
I ain't got
Keep it going.
I'm letting mine get dusty. I need to get back in action here pretty soon.
No, you got a good collection, though.
Here's
Here's James.
here's Jamie's.
make it
Profile
back
stamping
away.
in the first place.
Back
Yeah,
away.
baby.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes,
There we
sir.
go.
All right.
Very good.
Congratulations.
I mean, granted, it was only me and one other guy in beginner.
That's
That's
all right.
right.
That's how it is sometimes.
That's
Listen.
all right. That's a legitimate win with a score like, what'd you say, 260 something?
All good
264.5. Now it's my first official. But the thing of it was, after the flight, the director, which was one of the judges, came up to me and said, the wind shifted, so you should have flew your wing over in your overhead where we were at, which is like, I flew it, say, at the 12 o'clock position, starting my wing over. They were at the 2 o'clock, so it really wasn't that far off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like it was in the 12 o'clock position. I didn't feel it was coming from where they were at. You know, they're sitting down in a chair. I'm standing up, 60 feet away.
Yeah. Judges really should not be sitting in a chair. When I
That's what I say, but it is what it is.
fly, most of the time the judges will move around a little bit with the wind, and I try to fly for them unless I'm risking my plane. But
Now you see, Joe Gilbert and Steve Miet was a judging expert in advance, and they were moving around where the wind was at.
yeah,
Mhm.
sitting in a chair is a safety issue too, because if a plane gets loose or if a pilot wanders too close, getting out of a chair and out of the way of a plane takes a lot more time than it does just to take.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be sitting.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
I can't.
No,
I can't even outrun my own airplane.
That's what I was about to say, Wally. I was going to say, I've been chased off the field with my own stuff.
And so my second
Not
official,
recently. Nothing recent.
I went ahead and flew my maneuvers where they're at with my wing over. When I did my overhead, I went on the first inside, and when I came on the first outside, it just totally just fell into me. So I'm guessing I either hit my own air or I hit dead air.
Or you turn too soon.
Because
if you turn too soon, you hit a crosswind.
I mean, it went kind of wide. I thought I might have went tight, but it went and it just wouldn't come back to me. So it was falling down into me. So I took off running one way. Then it shifted the other way. So I took off running the other way. I got it on video.
All right. I was going to say, I hope you got that on
It
video.
sounds like you had thermals coming through.
It's
In fact,
possible.
I tell you what, give me a minute and I'll share it and we could watch that flight. I wish I had the first.
Oh, yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yep.
I wish I had the first flight, but
Yeah, Rusty, I think you're right on with the thermals, man, because that's what I was thinking. And I love thermals because I soar, but they're hell flying anything else. Unless you got
Minnesota
a
Mike
sailplane,
sends his
it's a nuisance.
congratulations to Jamie too.
You did a great job.
Frank's out there. Frank's asking how long we're going to be on tonight. Frank, I don't know. It depends on how I feel. I'll probably stay on for probably till 12, something like that. I doubt if I'll go any later than 12.
Well, I hope you feel better, man.
All right, yeah, I mean, I got it ready if y'all want to watch it.
Put it up, man. Let's see.
All right, screen sharing now. Y'all got me?
How do you show the video?
I'm on yours.
All right. I think it's about right here.
There we go. What plane is that?
That's the Ringmaster.
Okay.
Is it coming in smooth to where you can actually see it going around?
Yeah, we can go around. It's a little jittery.
It's
A
but
little jerky.
Choppy.
I can see it. It's a little
That's
jerky.
not bad though.
Just slightly.
Bad, yeah.
Now I can't see it against the trees too good. There we go. Wing over. Those are decent loops.
Yeah, those are
Pretty
nice.
Those look nice.
They're in the same groove.
I'll be back in a minute.
So can you just flying right now?
Let's go.
Oh, you're flying right now?
Now, I must say, when I went to start the engine, I sliced my finger on the prop.
Oh, no.
Handle with one finger off, trying not to bleed all over it.
Right.
So this flight is complete trash. This one I scored like a 220 something on it.
Yeah, I've left a little blood out on the field myself.
Well, I had blood on the concrete in the middle of the circle, blood on my shirt, blood everywhere.
Is that your overhead rate?
No, that was a regular horizontal. Overhead's coming.
Okay.
Hey, Jamie, it's like your first deer hunt, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Here's where the fun starts.
Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It was weird. It went one way, then it went the other way.
So did you get the pattern points?
Everything looked pretty good. I didn't score 40 on everything, but everything was in between 25 and 30.
Okay. Did you get the pattern points after that overhead?
I got the pattern points for the first flight, and I think they gave it to me on the second flight.
Good. That when I first started, that was my main concern, is just getting the pattern points.
Yeah. I said I got the score sheet in my truck, just my truck's at my shop, so.
Very good.
Oh,
Excellent.
yeah. That
Yeah, I
was
always go through the clipboards and pull my score sheets so I can take them home and study over them and rationalize how I could have done better.
Yeah, like I said, the first flight, everything went pretty smooth. It wasn't, completely perfect, but, it was all right. It's just I forgot to charge my camera the night before and, pull out my camera to record the first flight, and bam, nothing happens. All three batteries are
Oh,
dead.
geez.
well. The
Yeah,
thing
more.
that's neat though is now you have you have something to work for. You know what's going on, and
That
where
was
you want to
a
go.
great experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had more important things to worry about than your camera.
I mean, I had my GoPro on that flight right there, but it did not record the flight.
Mm.
Well, it's kind of like Charles. Now he's going to have to go for the national championship.
Yeah, man.
I actually have designed. I'd like to do that actually.
Good.
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice to have the money and the time and everything to do that? I mean, you got the gift. It's just a matter of doing it.
You know, that contest, the Golden State Stunt Championship, we've had so many former and current national champions there. It's almost, I know it's not the Nats, but I mean, the quality is there.
A lot of talent out there, man. Lots of talent. No question.
Tommy, baby.
Hey,
What's up?
Hey.
howdy.
Good evening. How are you tonight?
Good evening.
How
We're
was
discussing the weekend contests.
Yep. How was it?
We got winners.
Yeah, we got winners.
Cool.
Got Charles and Jamie brought home the hardware.
Yeah. Yeah. I seen Jamie's there in the Baton Rouge, but yep. And I saw some reports on the Hunter. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wish I could have been at both of them.
I wish I could have been to Huntersville.
Yeah, I know just one of them, right, Sparky?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, anyone.
So here's the hardware, Tom.
Yeah, nice. Very nice.
Third place in advance. That's pretty good.
Yeah. My score was my top score was 512.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right. I'm going to screen share something right quick.
I'm ready.
All right,
I'm ready.
All right, let's see. This is Joe Gilbert going into like an overhead maneuver or something.
Wow.
Looks like he's going in the right on over
Yep.
the wing.
Yeah, it's almost
Right
over.
overhead, they should be.
Yep.
Let's see. Here's the next one. I think he was coming out of a loop or doing something. It's just the way how the sun is in the background was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is cool.
And this is actually my favorite trophy of the event right here that I won.
Oh, really? The Nobler Arf?
No,
You
yeah,
get
well,
the
the
gypsy.
Arf and the Gypsy.
Nice. That's a
Oh,
cool
excellent.
airplane.
Excellent.
Yeah, there you
got a
go.
Gypsy?
Yep.
That's yours?
Yeah, I won it in the raffle, both of them.
Put a
All right.
40
Wow.
in it. Loving life.
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a nice kit.
Oh, yeah.
I know it. Doesn't he suck?
He's always winning stuff.
No, but y'all gonna like this.
That's
All right.
awesome, man. You'll love that Gypsy.
Y'all check this out.
That's got OS 40 on it all over the place.
Okay, look. Here's the ARF, all right?
There you go. 46.
Okay.
LA 46.
Here's another one.
LA 46.
Wow.
Jesus.
Oh,
Ready?
wow.
Get up.
Wow. That's
Hey,
pretty good.
you got a pen and paper?
Yeah, so I end up.
Yeah, give you my address.
My address right now.
Yeah.
Send it to me. Pay the shipping.
You know, I've had 3 Nobler
I'm just going to
Arf.
sign off for now.
They're good planes. I had
Yep.
3 of them.
Yeah, I'll just sign off for now. I'll come back later if I get a chance when the boys are sorted.
All right.
Okay, Gerald.
All right.
All right, thanks.
So I mean, it's pretty wicked. When I got there in the morning, my club president gave me one of them in a box, and they end up winning another one in the raffle.
Good
That's
for you,
cool.
man.
You cleaned house.
Great. Yeah, you
And
did.
then
Oh, and a shoestring to boot. You got to be kidding me.
Wow, I
The
love
original.
that kit.
Oh,
I got
that one's coming to my house.
I got 2 of them. I got 2 of them. So ha.
I'll be honest,
Wow.
I don't really like that old thing.
Oh,
That's one of Goldberg's better kits, man. I
Yep.
got one in the box, too. I don't know
Yeah,
how
he
they
made-
got built.
they
but-
made thousands and thousands of them
Yeah,
things.
nice
Yeah.
airplane.
Yeah,
But I mean, it was only $30, so
first one I had, I was 11 years old.
Yep, I believe it. I was
This
there
guy
too.
pulled up to the
You say you
field
gave
and just
30
threw
bucks for
shit
that?
out.
30
that?
bucks?
Yeah.
Oh, you did good.
You know, I had
those
that.
are going for 70 and 80 on eBay, it seems like.
I
think
guilt
so.
tripped my dad to buying it. They had a guy pull up to the field and he just unloaded a car full of kits. I mean, he was selling the original Top Flight baby flight streaks with the built-up wing for $10 a kit.
Oh
My
God.
word.
A Voodoo for 15, which I was going to get, but I gave it to another guy because I already got 2 of them. My dad bought a Sterling PT-17 and a Hellcat, profile Hellcat. He had a Sig Magnum for like 100.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. that
Ring
is
Masters.
Jerry, we know where we're at on them.
Hey, listen. Those are gems, man. Gems.
They are.
Yep.
I know I paid a lot more of that for the ones I've got. I can tell you that. That's a deal for a Mac.
Yeah, and when I seen that shoestring and they had 2 of them, a guy grabbed one, I grabbed the other one, and so I'm like, Pop, Christmas is coming around the corner.
Yeah.
So eventually, after enough guilt tripping, he bought it for me. And he says, "Well, you got 2 Noblers. Let me have one." I said, "No." He's like, "Well, I bought you the shoestring." I'm like, "That's apples and oranges, you know."
Robert Ladd checked in on YouTube. I don't know how long he's been there. I just noticed it. Sorry, Robert. Just saw you.
Hey, let me.
Oh shit! Now then I got something else. Let me go get it.
Wow.
How you doing, Steve?
Hey, Steve.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Good.
How's your tooth there, Wally?
Sucks.
Still?
I ended up with 2 of the 4. Well, they stitched 2 holes up, and the other 2 ended up having dry sockets.
Oh.
So the doctor was filling the holes up with their, what do you call it, their gauze stuff and their medicine today. My mouth feels pretty good right now, though. Actually,
Well,
if I can keep them in the holes in my mouth.
Are you ready for this?
You bet.
Oh, you got your cardinal.
Oh, you're really sucking now.
Wow. Very nice.
Oh man, you really cleaned up. You cleaned up. That's awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
You don't have a big enough room now.
Yep. Yeah, you're gonna have to get some more 40s and 46s.
And it weighs 41 ounces.
Cool.
That ain't too bad.
For a Cardinal, I don't know if that's good or bad.
That's good. That's good there. That's good.
I think my Cardinal weighed 54.
Mine weighs 46. But it was a hand-me-down.
You got an engine for that?
This one's not pretty by any means. The fuselage is not sanded. Like, the corners are not rounded. So, I could probably fly through a pine tree and survive.
It'll fly good. You got an engine for it?
I got that 146 I got.
Yeah, put that on it.
Hey, what do you guys think of an ASP 4-stroke?
Never had anything to do with them. I don't know.
What size? 52 or
52?
Uh-huh.
But it's made in China.
Yeah, I've seen them run in RC, but I've not seen them in a control line. But I don't see why you couldn't do it.
Well, I'm worried about the quality of them because a Magnum, it's made in China, but yet the SE is made in America.
Yeah.
So
a lot of that stuff just copied from another.
Where does Thunder Tiger fit
they're
in
Chinese.
That mix? That's Taiwan, I believe.
Yeah, they're China or Taiwan. Yeah, I've got a couple of those.
You know what, Tom? If I was you, I'd put that on there. If you want to run it, just run it and not worry about it. Just do it.
Yeah, just run it. It'll run fine.
Yeah, just run it.
I know a fella that knows a fella I could get the engine for if I give him a little cash and trade him a 46 OS with it.
I'd probably keep the OS 46 over that.
Yeah, keep that 46.
God
no,
damn,
really.
Then I just won't take 46 then.
You Yeah, James.
No,
Even
I don't listen to them when they're drunk.
that Cardinal you got there will fly even good with a 40.
It does, because I have a OS.
My dad won the ASP 52 4-stroke in a raffle. Brand new engine, never ran.
Wow.
Wow, I'd run it.
He got what he got. He got a couple of planes I would take that needs a 46 to a 51. And so I told him, we could try to sell that 4-stroke and then just, you can get $100. We can get you a 46, no problem online.
Yeah. Well, the only thing there, the 4-stroke, you're going to have more weight. So you probably have to put more lead in the tail to balance your plane.
Oh, no, he's not. He don't even want nothing to do with the 4-stroke. We're trying to get rid of it.
I want the 4-stroke.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
because I want to put it on my P40, the one with the bi-directional flap.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, that would be nice.
And
the sound would be pretty damn good. I know that.
Put a big prop on it. Oh, that's nice. Yeah,
right, I could get rid of some of the weight, some of the lead on it, and get a heavier motor up front. Plus, I would get the sound that I want too.
Yeah, that'd work if you need nose weight.
Yep. Oh, you guys want to see what I got for my birthday?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Is it a shot in the butt?
Birthday.
What do you think it is?
Happy birthday.
Oh, you got some new bits. Right on.
Yeah. From 3/8 all the way to 3/4.
Very nice.
You guys, I don't think you guys do them pocket hinges, do you?
I don't.
I do.
Not yet.
I do.
And this is right up my alley. These
That's
right
awesome.
here, these right here, I can make a perfect radius every time now.
Right.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
Yep. Hi, Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Hi, Frank. Hi, Frank. Yeah, he looks like Santa Claus every week.
Yeah. It looks like
Oh,
Steve.
man, you look like the dude that used to drive that van around town that nobody liked.
What, the ice cream man?
Yeah, free candy. Oh, he left.
Guys are bad.
That's too much.
Steelers.
I wonder if that was an accident or he really ejected himself.
Let me check my text message. Make sure he didn't say "go f yourself."
He's not even going to respond to your text messages, James.
Oh, that's too
God.
Boy, you know what? It really did suck getting on Facebook this whole weekend and watching the two contests that were been going on, wishing I was there.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Don't feel bad. I probably came and go to the contest in 2 weeks, 4 hours away from me. I'm considering selling kits just to get gas money to go.
Dude, it's been raining for 4 days and I haven't had any sun hardly. It's just been just a depressing. My grandmother always said it was a rat's ass of a day.
I've heard that. That's a
Be
good
glad
one.
you're not in Idaho.
That's not a very grandmotherly thing to say, but.
Oh, it is when my grandmother said it because it was funny.
She ever call you a butthole?
Here comes Frank.
Here he is.
He's back.
Florida. He must be having a bit of difficulty.
So if anybody wants to buy a Brodak Lag 3, a Centaur, maybe even Oriental, just let me know. I'll sell them all to you. I don't know about the Oriental.
I see some covering on the Eaglet.
Where'd Frank go?
He was here for a second.
He must be.
Yeah, I can't see him now.
No, he's not here right now.
Yeah, that's what it did to me. It kicked me out a few times, but I finally got in.
Okay,
Yeah.
Terry, I'll show you what I got over the weekend.
All right, I knew you scored something good. Woo!
What'd you score? What is this?
A hot date?
It's blurry.
This is
It
better
looks
than
like
mine.
the voodoo.
That's a voodoo. How's that?
That is a voodoo, yes. So you getting it?
Pull it back a little bit, maybe it'll clear up.
Yeah, I can't see it.
So I see it's a voodoo, but I don't know what it represents. The card. Is it a? Oh, it's a kit.
Yep.
Oh, it's the resin kit.
27 of 50.
Oh man. Oh, what a gem that is. Well, I'll tell you what, man. You have the skills to do that one, Wally. You have the skills, buddy.
You could have resin kits, man. I hate the texture and the feel of resin with it.
Oh, come on, James.
Oh,
man.
dude. I had some from Tom's Model Works. Some War One stuff.
Well, they need a lot
of
of
fitting. Like sandpaper in my hands. Oh my God, it grossed me out.
Yeah,
what's the resin?
I prefer styrene, but there's some resin stuff out there like this kit that is just off the chain, man.
What's a resin kit? I've never heard of that before.
Well, it's just
a plastic model kit.
Other than it's not plastic, it's resin.
Yeah, it's resin.
But they're much higher detail because in the resin, because it's a liquid molding process, instead of injection molding, they can get much higher detail and accuracy.
Is it a flying model or just a
no, static scale model kit?
Yeah, it's scale. This box, the picture on this box is the actual size of the airplane.
Oh.
Which is about 5.5 inches long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said.
I hope not.
You see Charles ain't smiling, huh? He ain't got nothing. Never mind. That may be quiet. Anywho.
Mercy.
Oh, man.
You okay, Wally?
Yeah, I don't know if I got a cold coming or what the heck.
Well, you just went through that surgery, so holy smokes. You know, your immune system's down.
Yeah, that doesn't do any good for your sinuses and all, too, having the dentist working on you.
No, sir.
Yeah, it's not. I feel for you. Sorry, buddy.
We'll get better. I always go back uphill.
Nah. Anybody want to trade a Brodak shoestring for this antique pine coat shoestring?
Nah, sorry.
Look at the rims.
Holy.
What?
That's not quite very straight.
No. My dad's like, you better build it, boy. I bought it for you. And no shit, you bought it for me. If I didn't want to build it, I wouldn't have asked you to buy it. I could flip it, I ain't gonna lie.
Probably just steam it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's ways to deal with that warpage.
Yep. You wet it down. You can weigh it down for the night.
Or you can just split it.
Yep.
You know,
cut it up in small parts.
There was a hobby shop where I grew up, and the guy would let me help him clean out his storeroom around Christmas every year. And there were always a bunch of wood kits that guys would bring back because wood was warped or they couldn't finish them. And, man, I'd leave with a ton of that stuff.
No kidding.
And,
you can't get a kit without warped wood in it. That's just part of the building.
Come on. Really? If you split that wood with an X-Acto knife and relieve the stresses, you can glue it back together with Titebond glue, and then you press it overnight. Then you sand it, and you've got a perfectly straight fuselage. Steaming it will work, but it's going to want to go back to that bend.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can take a straight piece of wood and sand it, and just sanding it will make it warp.
Yeah, balsa is a living thing. It'll move, that's for sure.
You should look at it under a microscope once, the cells of it. It's pretty cool.
I have.
Yeah, it probably says make America great again.
I've never looked at it under a microscope. I got a microscope in my shop. I'll take a look at it.
Oh, lady got one.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's all cellular.
Yep.
The only thing they don't have is the silk span.
Hey, Frank, we're seeing some covering on your eaglet there.
Somebody's coming back.
Somebody got the TV on or something?
I hear
Yeah, that's
something.
looking good. Nice.
Y'all see Frank? All I see is just his. Oh, there. Okay, there.
Yep, yep.
That's coming out really nice, Frank.
Thanks. I got a bad connection. I'm about to get off and get back on again.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Oh, I see it now. Looking good, man.
Looks good.
I ain't gonna lie, these 1/4-inch spars are actually straight. Amazing.
Yeah, that'll build up. That kit will build okay. You'll never see it when it's
planking
covered.
you
Man.
got that's all whacked up.
That'll build up.
Trying to find that one piece that joins the leading edge together. Thing is labeled whatsoever.
Yeah, you got to go through and number the parts.
You know, the early Carberg kits, they had theirs numbered, and if I remember right, they were inked with their numbers. But then they came out with later ones, and it was just a kit.
Yeah,
it didn't have nothing.
I get this shit for instructions.
That's all there is.
That's you get. That's it, man. One sheet.
That's a load of crap. That's what that is.
Well, we all learned.
It gives
like
you
that,
enough
right,
to where you can figure out how to build it. How's that?
They give you half the wing. You just duplicate it.
Just enough to build up hope and then take it all away. Like, look, you got a shoestring. Yes. You open up the thing, it's like, where's my lighter fluid?
Well, look how big the box is. That's the first clue.
Yeah, it looks like a half-day kit. You know that the guy had 3 half-day Vipers. Okay. 3 half-day Vipers for $10 each, and I didn't buy none.
Oh, come on. In Vipers? I'd have tried. I would have tried to get all of them.
The problem was they were all in one box.
Yeah, I would have tried to suck them all up, man.
But I didn't know if all the parts were there, just like the Voodoo kit. He had a Voodoo kit in the original box, $15. I'm like,
was it a single or double kit? Just a single?
I don't know if even all the parts are there.
Yeah.
Were Voodoos typically double kits?
Well, they had a double towards the end. Yeah. Actually, Top Flight came out with the combat cast as a double kit first, then Carl Goldberg followed suit.
Oh, now I got this thing figured out. Okay.
You'd be surprised how easy that airplane is to build.
Oh, absolutely. It'll go together.
In a weekend, you'll have that thing put together, and you'll be sanding it ready to put some covering on it.
That's it.
Yeah, I tell you what, I got a whole roll of that TD paper. I got some Brodak medium silk span right there to use on it. I don't want to put monocoat on this. It'd probably be the smart thing to do, but
yeah, I put silk span on the ones I've got, but your plastic coverings are a little lighter.
Yeah.
I don't know, Wally. My silk span planes are pretty light compared to the monocoat.
Yeah, but you drill out all your wood all over the place. You make glory holes in every bit you can on your planes.
Hey, there's no free rides, right, man? That's how I
nope.
I guess.
Get rid of what you don't need.
Exactly.
Good night, Ken Colbert. Ken's signing off. He says he's had enough tonight.
I had
probably had enough of Jamie.
3 hours. Yeah.
No, he says he's tired.
Yeah, I think we lost Steve for good.
Here's what I've been up to. I've got some V12 exhaust headers, and it's out of this new it's called CR900 from Micromart, a new resin. And I poured a little sheet of it, Wally, and I got it well below a 16th inch. You can see how thin this is. And man, this stuff is I mean,
cool.
awesome.
Is it light?
You poured your old
it's very
there,
light.
Terry?
Pardon?
You poured your own RTV?
Yes, sir.
Hey, would them exhaust work for P40?
Yes, and now this is the Christmas gift I promised everybody. So you got to get
back.
You got to get me your address.
You got to get on board.
And there'll be you get on board. I'll tell you what.
Steve did make
you
it back.
guys, listen. You guys come over to Terry and the Pirates. Charles and I are over there, and this weekend I had some. I won't mention their names, but I had a couple. If you guys like RC, a couple popular RC YouTube guys. One from the Midwest, good friend. Anyway, come over to Terry and the Pirates on a pier in. And whenever we can't get on here or whatever. And we're doing all kinds of stuff. Sometimes some model boats, but if you don't like that, you can turn it off.
Hey, we like models.
Where was the contest this weekend? Was that in North Carolina, South Carolina?
And
There was one in Huntersville.
Yeah, North Carolina.
Where's Huntersville at?
That's just north of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What would the weather be like that around there in March?
March can be windy and unstable, and it can be beautiful. That's right in the part of spring where it's a little unpredictable. May is when we usually have our spring contest, and by then it's
right back.
really nice. This past May was pretty windy, but this past weekend it was mid-70s and 4-mile-an-hour winds every day.
Yes.
So that was beautiful.
Over Christmas, Samantha and I are going to go to Florida so she can practice.
Yeah. Well, there's a contest in Jacksonville, Florida in December.
Yeah, that's actually close by my uncle's house. So I'm going to see if they'll let me fly there or her fly there when she's on spring break. That's over Christmas vacation. The contest is like 2 weeks earlier. And then spring break, I really don't want to drive all the way back to Florida again. But I got to go far enough south to where she can practice for another week.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe talk to Derek Berry. I don't know what the weather was like down there by them around that time of year.
Derek lives about 70 miles from me. And it's usually 60s in the day to 50s. Just anywhere from 50s to 80s in the daytime in March. And the wind's unpredictable.
Is Derek from Georgia?
Augusta, Georgia. That's right on the border of Georgia, South Carolina.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We'll have to,
somewhere.
We'll have to plan something in a field that we can, use for a week, and we'll see how it goes.
California, Steve.
Yeah, if I had a take-apart airplane and stuff, we could do a lot of stuff, but until we get that take-apart airplane to where we can take it places, I got to drive my truck. And I'm getting so damn old that down there to Dallas and back about killed my ass.
Yeah, we had a guy from Philly drive our contest.
Wow, really?
George Waters.
Wow. We had a bunch of Philly Flyers in Huntersville.
Yeah.
We always do in October.
Yeah, I seen Banjock was there and stuff.
Yeah, he was there this time. He almost always shows up in October.
Did he say he's got another airplane he's gonna redo or anything, or?
I did not make it to Huntersville. I blew a hip and couldn't walk. I was loading planes in my car Thursday night, and my hip blew, and I couldn't walk, couldn't go.
Oh man, that's too bad. How are you doing now?
Still can't walk. Got a walker I can shuffle around with. That's about it.
Oh, Rusty, that doesn't sound good.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I know.
I tell people that all the time. My hip pops out of joint, and they don't believe me. But I can feel that thing when it pops back in, man. It hurts like hell.
Yeah, I thought it was broken, but they say no. Maybe it's just muscle spasms, but I don't know anything for sure yet. But it's not getting better.
Doggone.
That was disappointing as shit.
Boy,
I had my truck backed up to the shop. I was getting my gear together. And we were going to drive Friday morning, and this was Thursday evening, and all of a sudden I realized I can't freaking walk. And I had to call my wife to come help me back into the house to my lounge chair, and I stayed in that chair until the next morning when I had to go to dialysis, and then went to the doctor. So that's what my weekend was like.
Yeah, it always sucks. It always, that kind of stuff seems like it always happens on the weekends, and you got to wait till Monday or Tuesday to get into your doctor.
Yeah, it always happens on a freaking Friday, you know, when everybody's going home, all the doctors are going to the beach or whatever they do. But anyway, it is what it is. I expect I'll get better. If it's, you know, it's not a bone. I hope they're right about that. So I guess it'll relax and get better.
I hope so, man.
Yeah.
I'll meditate on it.
Thank
I seriously will.
I appreciate it. I tell you what, it is freaking painful, man.
Do you take Coumadin?
Like right now, I'm not feeling any pain, but I can't even pick my foot up a half inch off the floor without just.
Dude.
Yeah.
Not good.
Do you do Coumadin? Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I'm on Coumadin.
Okay.
Yep. My dad takes Coumadin.
Yeah.
A blood thinner.
Once a month.
Yeah.
Blood work. See where his numbers are.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with my hips. My hips are hurting me right now from that ride down there to Texas and back. My truck, for some reason, seat really bothered me after about a 2-hour ride in it. 20 hours there, 20 hours back was.
Oh, that's grueling. I don't think I could drive that far anymore. That's a long haul.
Long haul, man.
It's like 18 hours.
Needs to switch off with you.
Yeah. It's like I don't know. The seats are too long for my short legs, and it's like the tendons in the back of my legs start hurting. Then my damn hips get hurt and stuff because I drove Samantha's car from Florida home about 21 hours straight through, and how when I got done, I felt as good as when I got in that car. But this truck kills me. It always has.
A lot of those trucks don't have any lumbar support either. Is this a service truck or is this more of a plush truck?
It's my Nissan Titan pickup truck.
Yep.
But
they suck the right in.
Me and my wife, we have different cushions that we have in the vehicles. We got gel cushions, we got foam cushions, we got thick cushions, we got thin cushions, we got small cushions, we got big cushions. She's a mail rider, you know, and she delivers mail in her car, and she's sitting all day long, you know, so she switches them out, and it helps.
Yeah, that's what I probably should have. When I got down there, I said I was going to try to find one, and then we didn't have the time and stuff, but I ended up sitting on, we brought pillows along, and I had my down pillow, and I sat on that, and that actually really helped a lot. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
Just that right.
They do. She buys all kinds of different sizes. She's got really itty bitty ones, you know, she could stick behind her back in a certain spot, or.
You have to keep moving them around to stay comfortable because, you know, any one will be comfortable for a little while and then switch it out for something else. So.
Well, what's crazy is Samantha's car, when I sat in the seat in my other car that I had before the truck, you know, when I had the truck and stuff, the seat hits me, I'd say about 4 inches behind my knee. This truck seat is so deep, it actually holds my leg out. It's longer than from my butt, the back of my knee. It's a huge seat. I mean, it's made for a damn guy who's 6'2" or 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you need a pillow behind you, Steve. But you know what? I got a cousin that her hip kept coming out of joint, and like you're saying that yours does, it does.
Yeah.
They can come out of joint. They finally had to replace hers with a new joint, that new stainless stuff, and it kept coming out of joint. They had to operate on her 4 times before they got one that would stay. Yeah.
My wife, she's got the chiropractor on speed dial.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Sounds like too much for a chiropractor.
Sometimes her hip, and I've been there and had the chiropractor line her legs up, and you could see there was one time where her feet was one side, her right leg was 1.5 inches longer than the left side.
Oh.
And worked it, and you heard a great big pop. She screamed.
Oh, God.
And then it was like, after that, it was like relief.
Well, it's like when it does it, I can hear it. It's like when it pops. Other people can't hear it, but I can hear it inside my ear, like it makes that generates up through my body, and I can pick it up.
It resonates through your vascular system.
That's how my wife describes it, Steve, just like that.
Yeah, you hear it inside your ear, but it's not like it's external when it pops.
Yeah, I never could hear it, but because I told her, I said, she goes, it popped in place. I heard it, and I said, I never heard nothing. You know, oh yeah, and she described how it goes through her ears, and
yeah,
isn't that weird?
Yeah, the other day, after we got back and stuff, I went to get up and my knee popped. Samantha's like, "What was that?" I said, "Oh, that's just my knee." So that one popped when it screws up. You know, I got 1 year to wait to get my knees in place, so they didn't want to do them until I'm 60. So I got a little over a year to wait. I can get.
Oh, that's
who's taking a bath?
Yeah, who's mixing up something in their cup?
That's Rusty. Rusty.
Is that Rusty? Felt like he was splashing in a bathtub.
Oh wow! I wonder who that. That was funny.
I think it might have been me.
That was great.
Racing bike here.
I was shaking this stuff up. Sorry.
Oh, there you go.
There for a minute, I thought we were gonna get some kind of pictures from a troll. I'm like, what the hell is that?
I thought I had it away from the mic.
Turn off his stuff.
I am the troublemaker. Kick me off here.
Don't take my glory, man.
Oh, Minnesota Mike sending me pictures of drag bike. Man, I tell you what, you got to have some balls to ride one of them things.
Oh man, don't you ever?
Like,
I don't know.
The light turns green, pull the trigger.
Yeah, I saw that bike. He had his trailer there at the Golden State Stunt Championship. That thing was pretty wicked.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, one way.
Got a radiator in the front, or is that just a? Looks like, I don't know if that's a radiator. Is it water cooled?
I would think so.
I love speed, but I want to be able to bail out at least 2,000 feet high if I have to go.
When I was a kid, there, a friend kind of that I dated his sister and shit, but he did drag bikes with his dad. We all thought, it was kind of bullshit. You know, we seen when he was like 12, 13 years old, he had 100cc and shit like this. And we heard he did more. Went to the drag strip and he got a buy run. He pulled that damn drag bike up and the thing's like, you know, on the thing like that. But when it come up, he pulled the wheelie and waved to the crowd on the back wheel all the way down the track for that quarter mile. He wheelied that bike. Holy shit.
Speaking of that, my son just set him up a dyno in his dirt bike shop to dyno motorcycles. It is awesome, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Neat stuff.
Then you've got it. When you can dyno the bike, you can really dial it in, man.
Yeah, he'll be able to build for race teams and contract with them, and
sure,
it'll be pretty neat.
I can't imagine anybody needing any more horsepower on one of these damn dirt bikes than they got now.
Well, the thing is he's going to be dyno and dirt bikes plus your four wheelers and these guys that run around here on their Harleys that want to know what they're putting out. He can do all that. So.
Yeah, I'd love to have. I wish I had a dyno for cars.
But you're right. You know, you got a 220-pound motorcycle and it puts out 65 horsepower. My son built his own bike, and it's probably one of the best, most powerful bikes you'll find in this country. And of course, my kid, he's 230 pounds. And, I mean, he rides that thing just as fast as you can ride it to hell and back.
Yeah,
so, you know, every couple of horsepower, they keep
ride it to hell, and you damn sure want to be able to ride it back.
That's right.
Shoosh.
Yeah, when I was about 41 or 42 there when Samantha was little. I got a Yamaha YZ250. Man, worked on and shit. And I thought, oh yeah, you know, maybe I'll go back into motocross and run the senior division and shit like that. And it had like 53 horsepower. I'm like, wow. I kept that bike for about 6 months, and it's like, man, this thing will kill me. I've never rode anything because it only weighed 220 some pounds.
Yep.
And they had 53 horsepower. It was just crazy. You couldn't keep the front end down. I actually put a worn out tire on it so I could drive it. Because if it hooked up, it'd come over on you. How these guys ride them things with that much horsepower, I have no idea.
Yeah, I'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, they can be cruising down the road at highway speed and pop a wheelie.
Yeah.
And wave at you at the same time.
I know it. But yeah, my brother rode it because he said, well, I'll ride it then, in this senior class shit. I said, all right, you can ride it. He took it out and shit like that. He goes, no, I'll end up in the hospital. It just had so much. And my cousin, he's like, oh, I had a 500 Suzuki and all this kind of stuff. And I know what it is to ride something with power. I said, all right, well, you can drive it then. We'll just get this thing out, race it. He took it out a couple times and said, no, that's just crazy horsepower.
Yeah. I always liked riding other people's bikes, but I was never fascinated with owning one for myself. And I've had enough horrible shit happen to me in cars to where I did not want to meet the pavement that way.
Well,
Mike Lonke wants in. Let me post the link for him.
Yeah, because it was a deal to where you went through a corner, and if you gave it a little bit of gas, it'd pull the front wheel up, and you couldn't steer it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, you got to lean and stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to be riding no unicycle at 50 miles an hour or whatever through this corner.
Yep. Well, hello, Mike.
Hey.
Oh, hey. I was just typing you in there.
Yeah, you're in, Mike.
Yeah, you're with us. Good evening.
Volume is really low. How do I turn that up?
I got a porn notification.
I don't know what that was.
That's somebody's trying to bump in, I think.
Yeah.
No, that sounded like a text message.
Let's see, Mike. Have you got audio?
A porno.
Barely. You have 9 people, so.
Like barely, Rusty. I can barely hear you.
Oh, I can hear you pretty well. Just turn the sound on your computer up.
Yeah, your speakers.
All the way up. Let me try that. Anybody there?
Yeah, we're all here, Mike. We hear you fine.
There you are. What we ought to do is just mouth like we're talking, but no sound coming out. That'll really mess with him.
I'd really mess with you. It's like, what?
Are you hearing us better now, Mike?
I barely have any.
Oh, I know what's
going on. You guys keep figuring this out.
Right. Keep talking.
Sam, now you turned your mic off, it says, Mike.
There it is. I'm back on.
Now it's back on there. So Sam did pretty good at that contest, huh?
He did really good. I'm going to try to switch over to YouTube and see what that happens, what that does.
All right. See you in a minute.
Hey, Jorge, did you finish that mongoose?
Yes, I flew with this airplane last yesterday.
Oh, very good.
And it yes, I flew beautiful.
Great.
And
Great.
I don't need to put any piece of metal to balance it. It's
excellent.
perfect.
All right.
Excellent.
But also,
right off the table.
but also I crashed it, but
You
nothing
crashed it?
happened. Yeah, yes,
Oh, nothing
because I put the airplane in front of the sun, and I can't see anymore the plane.
Right.
Oh, you did.
And I just I just feel when it crashed, but not too much damage for it.
I got a
And
guy there. He does the same thing. He flies in front of the sun and he crashes.
Yeah, and I fixed it and now it's ready to fly again. Let me show you.
Right on.
Oh, I'd like to see it.
I got a pair of welding glasses I use. I just like welding glasses, man. I love them.
When you know it's coming, you can't do anything about it. Crash.
I tell you, I could fly right in the sun and not even bother me.
I've lost everybody's avatars.
I noticed that even your avatar's gone restless.
Yeah, they're going in and out. They're having difficulty still, I think.
I guess so.
Well, we got quite a crew here.
Yeah, there's 8, isn't there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5.
Looking good.
This is my plane.
Yeah, it looks good. You put it all back together, huh?
Yes, it's a mongoose with a long tail and long.
Oh yeah.
Nose. But I think that it will be heavy for nose, but not. It's okay. Flies good.
Very
nice.
good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
Do you fly the pattern?
I'm trying to fly again because I was a lot of long time since I don't fly nothing.
Oh.
About more than 30 years.
Wow.
Long time.
Well, it's like riding bicycle. You never forget.
You got to get tuned back up a little bit.
You never forget. They'll come back.
You ever think about?
Yes, I'm trying.
You ever think about traveling up to the Nats?
Excuse me.
You ever think about traveling up to the Nationals?
And
National Championship in Indiana?
AMA?
Yeah.
Or even
That's a long ride for George.
Yeah.
Where's he at? Where's he at? Argentina, Brazil,
Colombia, South America.
Oh, Colombia. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's still a good ways.
But we don't. There is a few people over here who fly control line. We cannot make that and nothing like that because I think at least we are 50 people over here in Colombia flying control line.
Oh,
I
great.
think no more.
Yeah, that gives you some people. Do you got friends to fly with, George?
Excuse me?
You got some friends down there you can fly with? Other guys to fly with?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. We have, I live in Medellin, Colombia.
Oh, I've been there. Beautiful area.
Yes,
Medellin, yes. Very, very beautiful.
Well, having somebody to fly with, great. I fly with myself.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes,
Yeah, me too.
My kids want to fly, but not very often anymore.
We have a group of about 15 people who fly with us.
That'd be sweet. Yeah.
That's a good sized club.
Yeah.
That is good.
It's impossible to make a club because we live in middle of the mountains, and if you are flying in some area, in a few months they are building another new store, another buildings and something like that, and we are losing places to fly.
Yeah, it happens here in the States also.
All the flat ground.
Yeah, that's
away.
everywhere.
All right, Mike Lonke's back with us.
Hey, Mike.
Can you hear us now, Mike?
Can you hear us better?
Hey, Mike.
I got you.
All right. Picture's gone, but we didn't need to look at your face anyway.
I've got his
Got all-
picture. You got me
I
now?
got all the pictures back now.
Yep.
I have a question.
Sure.
Shoot.
I have this Super Tiger, but I don't have this Venturi.
Have what?
The Venturi.
Venturi, okay.
I don't have it, the original one. I made this
Hold it up
from
higher.
a piece of aluminum.
Hold it up
But-
higher.
You hold it up higher, Jorge.
No,
Excuse me?
Higher. Higher. Up.
There,
There you go. Lower.
Oh,
Okay.
Can you
I
see
put
this
the-
card?
Yes,
Yeah.
I put this.
Can you see
this-
that card? George, can you see this
Yes.
card that I'm holding up? That guy will have your parts.
it's blurry, Wally.
Yeah, we can't. That's Enya. We can't read it though.
Yeah, I can't read your card, Wally. You
It's
gotta hold it still.
you want to write this down, George? You can email him, and he'll have your
All right.
parts. SH
Okay.
SH
Yes.
TTERMAN at AOL.com. His name's Bob Brooks.
Bob.
He
Okay.
can get you parts for that
I
Super
know
Tiger.
Bob Brooks.
Yeah, he can get you the parts. In fact, he's probably got them right there in his shop.
Yeah, Shutterman.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. I will see that.
Yeah, get a hold of him. He can line you up. Just tell him what model of Super Tiger you got and the size, and he'll send you what you need.
All right. Thank you very much. I will ask for.
Yeah, that's a radio control, right? Yeah, that's radio control.
Yes, yes.
Carburetor.
Mm-hmm.
You are right.
See if he can you're are you using the throttle with that?
Yes. When I start the engine, it runs very well. But when the airplane is running, the engine suddenly quiets.
It quits. Yeah.
I don't know why. I start the engine and it runs very well. Once the airplane is takeoff, suddenly the engine's quiet.
So
I don't know what.
Hey George, are you setting that up to where when you start it, you're at full throttle? You're running that on a control line airplane or a radio control airplane?
Control line.
Okay, so this is what I would do if I was you. Get a hold of him, tell him what engine that is, and see if you can get a Venturi with the needle valve assembly set up for that control line, and ditch the radio control carburetor.
Yeah, you can sell it.
Okay.
Just pull that off and put a control line Venturi with a control line needle valve assembly on there, and then that will get rid of all of that hesitation and dying of stuff when it's taken off. But another thing you need to do is really look at your gas system on the pickup from your gas tank to your carburetor, and see if there's somehow you're getting air in there or something's going on that can be interrupting your gas flow.
Yeah. It seems like you get forces put on it. That's when she quits.
Yeah.
It could even be the location of the tank, maybe.
It can.
Exactly.
All right. I will see that.
But that's what
It
I
could
would
be
do if I was
flooding
you,
the motor
George, is
out.
I'd convert that to a control line Venturi with a hold that up one more time. I think you're going to have to use a spray bar with that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can use a spray bar. Tell him you want the Indian needle valve assembly that's just like that one. It has the spring on it that has that flexibility right there. You can get a Super Tiger needle valve assembly, but that will be it's a piece of steel that goes into a point that's your needle valve. And Rusty can tell you all about that because he was looking for parts for one of them last week. Wasn't it, Rusty? That you was having problems with that seal on yours?
I was having trouble with it leaking, yeah. Randy Smith told me that probably since there's a vacuum everywhere in that area that it was not likely coming from where it looked like. He said it was probably coming out of the nose, which I was, and running down the engine and collecting there. So that may or may not be what the problem was.
Oh, you had fuel coming out the front bearing.
Yeah, and because I swapped to a brand new needle valve and it was still so.
Hey, does that engine of yours on the front bearing have a sealed fronter, the outer part of the bearing sealed, or is it an open bearing?
It's just a bush. It's just an open bushing.
Oh, it's a bushing. It's a bushing engine.
Yeah, it's an FP40.
Yeah, I forgot
okay.
about that.
So basically, your bushing's wearing out is what's happening.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
That's why it's leaking. But you can get some new ones. I'm pretty sure you could maybe even swap it out with a set of Boca bearings if you call them.
Yeah, you know what? I've got another crankcase I could use too.
Hey, boys, I'm back in it. I can finally hear you.
All right.
Great.
Hey.
Most excellent.
Hey, guys, I'm going to sign off, you guys. I'm tired of this contest.
All right. Well,
Thanks,
good
Charles.
job.
Good seeing you, man.
Good job, Charles.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for showing us your trophies.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Thank you,
We'll
guys.
see you later, Charles.
Congratulations again.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we had contests all over the place this past weekend. Charles was at one and Jamie was at one. Both of them brought home some hardware. Mike brought home some hardware. Mike Lonke here brought home some hardware.
Way to go, Mike.
So how many trophies did you get, Mike?
He's froze up again.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, Mike flies combat and stunt, and his son Sam flies stunt beginner, and they brought hardware home from. Oh, there we go. They brought home hardware from contest.
Hold it up there,
Mike. Here, let's see what we got. Oh, I got a black screen.
Yeah, I lost him again. Dang it.
I think Mike's got bandwidth trouble.
Got that?
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Dang.
Are you there,
Keeps
Mike?
popping in and out.
Yeah, you got that? You got that?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we can't see anything but black.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah, we either got your
Okay,
picture,
I'm
we
showing
got
the
no
trophies.
audio.
You have audio. Okay. I'm out in the garage. Man, I don't think my modem and my router is strong enough to hit my Wi-Fi on the cell phone.
Yeah.
Out there in the garage. That's the problem. Is there a way
Yeah,
of going?
That's the same problem I got, Mike. Right now I'm on my 4G on my phone because I don't know, something about that router or whatever. This phone won't hook in right. Nothing does.
I can see your trophy in your little picture at the bottom. It just won't screen share.
Yeah, I can see
yeah.
it too, but it won't get large.
Yeah, that's what I got too, Rusty.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's a pretty nice looking trophy.
Yeah.
Very nice.
What about the stunt trophies? Did they have y'all's pictures like they did back in May?
Are you asking me, Russ?
Yeah.
That's breaking up.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm burning up this 4G shit on my work phone, so I gotta go. But
Yep.
I just couldn't get on with my Wi-Fi, so I'll see y'all Friday.
Okay. See you later.
All right, guys. Good seeing you.
Maybe that'll free up some room for Mike to be able to operate better.
Yeah, Wally, I think, got kicked off.
Yeah, we're having a rough night here with bandwidth.
I don't know what the heck.
No, I guess Wally's there. I hear him, but no video. There was
Yeah,
a
I hear
woman.
you, Wally. All I got your W.
Yeah, there was a woman there for a minute.
Oh, did you see her? Wonder where she
did.
went. I want to get some pictures of her.
Who was the woman?
Did you see that, Terry?
A little bit, a little glimpse. Yeah.
That was actually her name's Christine Scholl. Does Scholl ring a bell?
Don't know that one.
Art Scholl.
Art Scholl. Okay, that's his daughter.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
She is a friend of mine, and talk about a little beauty. She was dressed
Oh,
up
yeah.
there. In fact, today, Terry, or was it yesterday when we was looking at the Rosie information and the movie they're going to be making?
Yes, yeah.
The Rosies. Well, she was dressed up there as a Rosie. Beautiful,
Excellent.
absolutely beautiful.
You got me now, guys?
Yeah. That was the clearest thing you've said yet.
Okay. Well, okay. I'm on my front porch right outside my office where my router and modem is. So that's my problem.
Okay.
The shop is too far away. I've got.
Yeah, we got you now.
I got to do a little booster there to be in the shop while I'm talking to y'all, and
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. But y'all, our trophy count was 6 for the weekend between.
Wow.
Wow, that's awesome, Mike.
You cleaned up, Mike.
If you give me just a minute here, I'll break it down to you and tell you how the weekend went.
Cool.
Okay.
Friday was half A combat. I finished third in half A. We only had 3 entries, and I got beat both times quick. Colombo killed me in about 1 second. And then I had a midair with Don Stoneman, so that went south. Saturday was speed limit combat. I ended up with a second place finish in speed limit. Samuel flew speed limit combat. He finished 5th overall out of 7 guys, and he actually he won 2 of his matches with cuts and airtime. Legit wins. Legitimate wins. Like, they didn't give them to him. He won them.
Excellent.
And Howard made a trophy for him for outstanding junior in speed limit combat.
Oh, that's nice.
That is nice.
Sam also flew basic flight on Saturday against Kyle, which is James Duckworth's grandson. They've been going head-to-head here the last couple years at Brodax and at Huntersville. Sam came out on top and won a first-place trophy in basic flight. So
Excellent.
we decided to put him in beginner on Sunday, even though he's never flown the beginner pattern. And we went out that morning, and for the first time ever, he did AMA 8s and overhead 8s on 2 practice flights. I just told him what to do, and he flew the airplane and did it.
Good.
We put him in beginner. They only had 3 beginners, and they were 2 grown men. It was Max Flo and Dennis Hastings, who was our judge for center marshal for combat. So Sam came in 3rd, but he was only 8 points behind Dennis Hastings for his first time.
Wow.
In beginner flight. And had never done an overhead 8 and had never done an AMA 8. And he was only 8 points out of second.
Wow.
Man, that's incredible.
If his 8s
And I saw his score.
better, he might.
Good.
199 was his first one, and 208 was his second one. And I think Dennis his best flight was a 216 for beginner.
Yeah.
So Sam was right there, man. But it was the first time we ever flew those 2 maneuvers, you know. And so that was cool. I did pretty good in intermediate. I guess I won it. But
good for you.
One good judge, well, one high-scoring judge and one harsh judge. The difference between my flight, the points on my first flight, one judge gave me a 500, one judge gave me a 406.
Damn, that's a big difference.
Wow, big
Almost
split.
100 points difference between 2 judges on the same flight. But it was the same for everyone because the other guy who's a really good flyer is Mike Lindler, and his first flight was about an 80-point spread between high and low. So, I mean, it doesn't make a difference because the judges scoring everybody the same way. One scoring high, one scoring low. But there was definitely no records set this weekend. I won it with a 454 average. And then I think Mike had a 416 to come in on second place. And there was 5 of us in intermediate. So, but we had a great weekend. Huntersville's we had a good time. Sam flew his ass off. We both flew our asses off and just had a good time.
Nice. Hey, Mike, and you guys, I'm uneducated on this combat stuff. What differentiate the difference between the combat and the speed combat for me?
Speed limit combat, is that what you want to know about?
Yeah, both of them. What's the differences in them?
Well, there's several different combat events, okay? And I'll just break them down from the top to the bottom. Half A combat is 049s, but it's high performance Russian 049s on 42-foot lines. And it's kills. You go for kill. You get all of the guy's streamer, you win the match is over. Speed limit combat is the next level of combat. And the rules are 75 miles an hour for your airplane. So, and it's any airplane, any motor. So any plane that'll go 75 with any engine is legal in speed limit combat. It can be a suction engine. It can be a bladder. Most guys run bladders. You know, they build foamies with bladders, or they run FPV with LA-25 or something like that. All that matters is the speed that you're doing. The match lasts for 5 minutes. Usually a 3-cut limit, 100 points a cut, and you get air time. For every second you're in the air, you get a point. So you're going for cuts and air time to get points. The one with the most points at the end of the match wins the match. Okay? You get that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your line length on that speed limit?
Those are 60-foot lines.
60s. Okay, gotcha.
60-foot lines. And it doesn't matter. If y'all know what an F-2D airplane is, you know, that's
I know.
Russian plane. Okay, so you can fly an F-2D plane, not with an F-2D motor, but with an LA-25 or any plane-bearing 25, just so that it goes 75 miles an hour. It could also be somebody flying a 500 square inch foamy with a 40 against that guy. It doesn't matter. Any airplane, any motor, as long as it doesn't exceed the speed limit of 75.
75.
And the reason we have 75 is because AMA says anything over 80 combat match has to have a shut-off. You have to have a shut-off on the airplane if it goes more than 80. So with 75, you don't have to put shut-offs on the plane. That takes a lot of headaches out of it.
Huh.
You know what I mean? Because shut-offs is a whole nother deal to work with. So then the next level of normal combat would be fast combat. Those are typically 550 square inch foam with Nelson engines. There's a few guys still running Fox Mark 7s. Those are on 60-foot lines. It's kill rules. So the object is to kill the guy, get the streamer to win the match. If you don't get the kill, it goes by the number of cuts. Whoever has more cuts wins. And those planes fly anywhere from 105 to 133. In there. And there you have to have mandatory shutoffs on those. Flyaway shutoff. And then the other 2 combat events are F2D, which is on 52-foot line, Russian motors. They're 15s. Russian motors, 15s, ball bearing motors, and they fly like stink. They go like hell. But in F2D, you're allowed to have 2 airplanes and 2 sets of lines. If you crash one, you're allowed to take the streamer off and put it on the other airplane, and the pit guy can send you back up again. And you go until someone gets a kill or somebody has more cuts. But you're allowed to have 2 airplanes. But you are restricted on the types of motors and the size of the muffler that you can run on the airplane. That's the FAI version of combat. That's the worldwide version of combat is F2D.
So how do the cutoffs work? How do you set them up?
There's a couple of different ones. There's something called a line tension cutoff, where when you lose line tension, it kills the fuel to the bladder. Okay. And then there's another type that's a gravity swing arm type. It looks, it's a long rod with a big, looks like a fishing sinker on it. And that's a gravity type shutoff. So it swings to the outside and leaves the fuel line open while you're flying. And if supposedly if you lose tension on the lines, there's no more centrifugal force, so the swing arm opens up and pinches the fuel line.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
There's a few different ways to achieve cutoffs. There's several. They're all mechanical in nature, and it's just all different ways to build a better mousetrap kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So do you run the big engines? You pretty much stick with the 25s.
It depends on what airplanes I'm flying, and I have I have both. I have lots of F2D airplanes that I fly 25s on, but I also build a lot of 500 square inch foamies. I've got just as many big foamies, and I run LA 40s on those because you're allowed anything up to a 40. I run LA 40s on them because they're cheap, and I can get them at a swap meet for like 20, 25 bucks. RC guys on them, and they make great combat motors. They make great. You put a 9.6 on a 40 on a 500 square inch foamy combat, it's going to go 75 miles an hour. It's a perfect combination.
Right on.
What about a kill? If you cut somebody's line in front of the streamer, is that a kill or is that illegal?
Yeah, you got to get all of the streamer, not just the streamer to the knot, because there's a knot where the string is tied to the streamer. If there's any streamer in the knot, that's still an active streamer. That's something to cut. That's not a kill. And that happens a lot. A lot of times, like a foam cut, like if you slap your wing through someone's string, a lot of times it'll take the streamer with it, but it won't cut the string. The knot is still there. And if there's a frazzle of color in that knot, that's still an active streamer. It's not a kill. You have to take the entire string. If there's a knot, it's still fair game. You keep going. And
so
then the last form of combat is something they call F2D fast. F2D fast is basically the same as big block fast combat.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
It differs from F2D combat in the fact that you're only allowed one airplane, even though it's F2D. One airplane, you can put a big muffler on it. You can go as fast as you want, as much as you want, as fast as you want. But it's 52-foot lines with a Russian engine, and it's a kill. It's kill rules.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you guys are prepared to bring a lot of airplanes.
Sam and I brought 8 to this meet, and I wrecked one, and he wrecked one. We came home with 6.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
I totaled one. Colombo and I had a midair, and so I left one in the trash can there at Huntersville. But Sam's just broke the elevator. It wasn't repairable at the field to put back up that day, but it's a total repair in the shop,
Yeah. I saw a picture of Sam holding a plane with only one wing.
That was mine. That was when I flew against Colombo and speed limit.
Wow. Well, I watched Rusty fly his little 049s. I don't know who he's chasing, but he gives it all hell, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, well, Mike flies those combat planes about twice as fast as that little Satan goes.
Man, I'll tell you what, you can get it going with them little airplanes you got.
Have you, who am I talking to that's asking all the questions about combat?
It's Wally.
Wally?
That's Wally Haskett.
Wally Hackett?
Pretty much a Hackett. That's what I feel like right now with all my teeth being pulled out.
Where are you out of?
Haskett, Haskett.
Mike, I'm out of Idaho.
Okay, well, are you on Stunthangar at all?
Once in a while, not that much. My biggest deal, most of the time when I'm seeing people fly, it's out of YouTube.
Well, that's what I was going to tell you. I have a YouTube channel, and if you just Google my name on YouTube, you can see some of that high performance Russian FA combat. And I've also got, I don't do it much anymore, but in years past, I always videoed every contest that we went to. And I videoed all the matches, all the combat matches at Hunter.
What's your last?
It's just look up M. Lonke, Mike.
Okay.
Londke on YouTube.
I'm going to do that. I'm interested in that. Just check it out. Because that's one thing I know nothing about is combat stuff.
Well, I got about 50 videos posted, and there's a shit ton of videos of my son flying from the time he was 4 years old up until now. I'll tell you, Samuel's 9 years old, and he's a freaking control line savant, man. And
Wow.
you can ask
Good.
Rusty about that. The kid can fly his ass off.
Yeah, he sure
When
can.
That's excellent.
We need a lot more of those guys just like that.
Yes, we do.
He can fly inverted. He can do figure eights. He can do outsides. He just learned overhead eights and horizontal eights. He'll be flying the full pattern next summer at the Nats, and he's gonna. I'm gonna make a prediction now, and I'm not trying to be boastful or bold, but my son will fly for the Walker Cup next year at the Nats. He's going to beat all the other juniors in Pampa, and he will be on the L pad flying for the Walker Cup. I guarantee it.
Good for you,
I
man.
hope so.
Gonna keep my fingers crossed, buddy.
You don't have to, sure thing, man. The other juniors out there, all they can do is fly flat and level and loop. That's it. That's it. None of them.
Well, bring it home.
None of them can fly inverted. I mean, they might be able to next year, but they're still. This year at the Nat, Sam was by far paces ahead of everybody else, man. There's
Cool.
no doubt.
Bring it home.
The kid's going to be on the U.S. team in like 4 years. He's going to be the junior on the U.S. stunt team. I promise you. I promise.
That'd be cool. That
Okay,
would be
Mike, I got you set up on YouTube. I got you. I subscribed to you and getting notifications.
From me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There's a lot of stuff to go through from years past. And like I said, I used to be a lot more prolific shooting contest video. I would carry my video camera, and I tried to, I'm trying to fly in the contest and shoot video at the same time. So I haven't done that in a couple of years, but I think there's 2 or 3 years of me going to contests and filming matches and a bunch of stuff of me and Sam flying in the backyard.
It's hard to do.
And doing other. It's hard. I was so busy. I'm like, and I didn't get a lot of encouragement for doing it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, Rusty.
Yeah, I've got 2 fellows that I travel with, and I'm the only one that does anything with video. But this year, I was just so busy, I didn't even get any pictures taken.
Right. It's hard. And
yeah, it is.
I didn't feel like it was appreciated. You go through all that work, you shoot all that footage, and then you got to go home, edit it all, and post it. And like nobody seems to care. No one gives a shit, So I'm like, all right, screw it. Somebody else can do it. So I focus more now.
Yeah, it's disappointing when you go to all that trouble and then don't really get any views on your videos.
Well, that's why when I see these videos, I like to hit the like, thumbs up and say a little something on them because
leave a
enjoy
comment
all
always.
of them. I'm telling you what,
Me
and like
too.
Rusty's, I was just having a ball, and him and James, oh my gosh, it was a ball, man.
Well,
absolutely.
I'd be willing to bet you've seen 1 or 2 of my videos, but if you subscribe to my channel, then you'll be able to look and see. There's 5 years worth of control line videos on there. So
yeah, I'll definitely do it.
Shug makes a good one.
Yeah,
Shug does.
Sure he does.
He's come a long ways in the last few years he's been flying.
Yes, he has. I love that guy.
He came to Huntersville. I think it was back in 2014.
It was 15. It was 2 years ago.
Was it 15? Yeah. And yeah, I had the pleasure of pitting with him. We pitted for each other. We were both in our first intermediate contest, and that was fun. He's a pretty straight up guy. He's easy to talk to.
He goes to the Polk City, Iowa flying event that's there every year. That's my favorite event out of the ones I've been so far.
Well, Minnesota Mike just posted that you need to go to the ladder grabber.
What's that, Rusty?
Minnesota Mike suggests you maybe need to go see the bladder grabber in Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Snohomish, Washington.
Yeah, the bladder grabber.
Bladder grabber, huh?
It's the premier combat event in the United States. It's bigger than the U.S. Nationals. They really, what it is they fly fast combat there. Big block Nelson, fast combat. They fly half A2 on Friday, but they get 30 entries for big block fast combat. This is 130-mile-an-hour combat, and it used to be run. Well, it still is, but Bob Carver. You ever heard of Carver stereo equipment?
Carver?
Carver stereo equipment and amplifiers.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I used to own one.
All right. Well, Bob Carver used to provide the prizes for that, and he would give away $5,000 worth of Carver stereo equipment.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
And the Bladder's been going for almost 30 years. What they do now is Henry Nelson donates brand new Nelson 36 engines, which are $400 a piece. Those are the prizes for first through fifth place. There's also a coffee mug with $2,000 in it. This is a money mug.
Wow.
You get, if you win it, you win $2,000 and a brand new Nelson combat engine.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's 7 rounds of fast combat, and it takes 3 days to run this contest with 30 guys. After the first 7 rounds, they pick the best 4 flyers and then fly a double elimination contest after that. So it's a big deal. It's the mother lode of combat. It's the last bastion of a real fast combat contest left in the United States. The only other place fast is flown is at the Nationals, and they do fly it in Detroit at their May meet and September meet, but only like 5 guys show up. But the Bladder Grabber is the one. That is that's Mecca for combat guys. That is Mecca.
Now it's still a pretty big sport over in Europe, isn't it?
Well, no, Rusty, you're confusing combat with fast combat. Combat is popular everywhere in the world, but F2D combat is the one everybody flies because that's the FAI one.
Yeah.
That's what's flown in the U.S., Italy, Germany, Poland, France, Spain, Russia, Japan. That's the FAI. It's the international aero modeling version of combat.
Right.
Big block fast with Nelsons is a U.S. thing. That's only in the United States.
I'll be damned.
So when do they usually do that? What time of year is that? Like in June, August, something like that?
The Grabber is in August. It's always in August. It's after the Nationals. It's after the Nationals, and it's in Washington State. But people go, man. People, I mean, I know half a dozen guys that travel to the Grabber every year. I can't make that kind of trip, you know. I'm lucky enough to fly fast in Detroit when I go up there and at the Nationals, you know. That's enough for me. The Grabber is, man, like if you're a Grateful Dead fan, you know how you would follow the Grateful Dead around?
Yeah,
absolutely.
The Grabber is for guys that want to fly big block fast combat. You got to go to Washington State.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Once a year in Washington State for 4 days, you can go fly big block fast with 30 other guys.
What city in Washington?
We got like 15 guys at the Nationals to fly big block fast, but everybody goes to the Grabber.
What city is that located at?
It's in Snohomish, I think.
It's Minnesota. Mike wrote it here. If he spelled it right, it is Snohomish. Snohomish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Snohomish. I tell you, I'd love to go. I'd love to fly it, but I'd be just as happy to go there and sit in a lawn chair for 3 days and watch it. Because if you've never seen big block Nelson combat, half the matches end up in mid-airs. 50% of the matches are in mid-air.
Yeah, that's pretty spectacular too.
It is. It's kill rules. So you're going for blood. You're not going for cuts. You want to kill the guy or fly right through him.
Yeah.
You know, if you got up first, because you get airtime, if the match ends, the one with the most airtime wins. So you get up first, you go for blood. If you fly through the guy, it doesn't matter. If you got up first, you win the match, even if you didn't get a cut. But, yeah, 1 out of 2 matches head-on or a collision, and it just rains styrofoam, man. And it's loud, it's fast. If you've never seen a control line plane go 130 miles an hour, imagine two of them going 130 trying to cut streamers on each other.
No
These
shit.
These are big airplanes, man. They're big airplanes.
Wow.
I'd like to get there before I can't get there.
I'd like to see a video of one.
You can probably find some fast combat. I have videos on my channel of us flying a fast combat plane, so you'll be able to see one and hear it and see the lap times on it. I don't know if I have any fast combat matches on there. I think I may from the Nationals 2 years ago. I think I've got some fast combat matches on my YouTube channel. So, but that's just something to write down. You know, AMA fast combat or Melton big block fast combat, sort of that, and there's some stuff out there. I guarantee you, you've never seen anything like it. If you know, if this is the first time you're hearing about it, when you see it, you're going to be blown away, man. I mean, these are 36s turning 25, 26,000 RPM, swinging an 8-stick prop. They're just
blow and go.
Yeah, yeah.
How much fuel do they use? How long does it stay in the air?
Well, a Nelson uses about 2 ounces of fuel in a minute and a half.
Wow.
On a bladder. So you try to cram, 3-4 ounces in there. If you can't, it lasts for 4 minutes. An LA 25, you can on a bladder, 1.5 ounces will get you 5 minutes. I run LA 40s, 3 ounces will get you 5 minutes on LA 40. But in Nelly, I mean, it's literally 1.5 ounces a minute.
Looking pretty good there, Frank.
What's that?
So your plane's looking pretty good there.
Thank you, sir. I'm doing the horizontal stabilizer. I didn't like the way the other one turned out.
It's looking pretty sharp.
Yeah, very nice. Very classic looking.
I like that classic red and white.
Me too.
You're way more patient than me with that monochrome iron, buddy.
Tell me about it.
I still can't do that. I've been modeling all my life, and I still can't apply monocoat. I use fast cal on all my stuff, man, or silk and dope. I'm a silk and dope guy.
Yeah, me too.
Or if I'm using film, I use fast cal because it's got adhesive on the back. You just stick it down and hit it with the iron. And my stuff never lasts long enough, so I don't want to make it pretty.
Yeah, I have that problem too.
Hey, Rusty, there was some good stuff on the swap meet table at Huntersville this weekend.
Oh, yeah, I was prepared to find some stuff. I was looking forward to coming home with some goods. I wanted some Venturis and all kinds of different stuff I wanted to look for.
Tom Dixon was there. He had everything, but this other cat, man, he had a really nice Strega arc that he covered himself and had the tank and everything installed, wheels ready to go. Just all set up for a Tiger 51 or a Tiger 60. $50, man.
Wow.
Wow, that's cheap.
Wow.
And it was a nice airplane. I picked it up and I looked at it for about 10 minutes and walked around with it. And then I came back and picked it up again. And I was like, oh, shit. Should I? Shouldn't I? Just not enough room in the truck, man, between all the combat planes and stunt planes we had. I literally didn't have room to squeeze it in there, and I would have damaged it getting it home. So I passed on it.
Tom Weedman said his wife gave him $500 to buy anything he wanted while he was there. I don't know what all he used that for, but that's pretty good.
Probably some of those stalker engines that Dixon had out there.
Yeah.
He had all the stalker engines laid out. John Saunders had a bunch of stuff there. Jim Lee wasn't there this year. I see just on the forum that he was down at Baton Rouge this weekend. So it's always nice when Jim Lee shows up at a contest because he's got lots of goodies too.
Yeah, he's got some tools I like too. I'd like to get some nice
tools and
yeah,
all the venturis and needles you want.
Yeah, in fact of the matter is, George, that Tom Lee's another good one for getting Super Tiger parts for your intakes and stuff.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, he's got ones out of Duraline and stuff. You got many different sizes. You can swap them out.
Yep.
My computer just popped up a message, says it's going to restart and update. I tried to stop it, so if we disappear, that'll be why. I think I killed it. I hope so.
No, usually what'll happen, you'll go off, but we'll still be on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you just quit recording to YouTube, that's all.
I had a hard time getting on.
Yeah.
So do you have many guys to fly with there in Idaho, buddy?
I fly by myself, Mike. My sons will come and fly once in a while, but my youngest son moved 60 miles north, and getting him the days off to come down here is about next to none, because he just bought a house and a boat and all this other stuff where he's at. My youngest son just set him up a dyno for dirt bikes and road bikes and stuff like that, and he's got his own business. So this year he hasn't flown one time with me.
They got other hobbies, right?
Yeah, so I've been by myself. I just picked some friends to go fly with me so they can pit for me, and it's all been myself.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but I tell you, man, the shitty state that this country is in right now and the way things are going, my wife and I have often thought of going and buying a isolated place in Idaho or Montana just to get away from all this bullshit, man.
Well, I'll tell you what, you need to hurry, because that's why I was telling a gal the other day that with all this stuff that's happened down south, you know, with the shootings and all the hurricanes and all that stuff, there's going to be so many people giving up and coming north that it's just going to be scary up here. And it's actually already happening. So if you were really serious about doing it, man, you ought to be really digging in to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about that shit all the time, you know, just packing it all in, getting away from civilization, go somewhere where nobody lives, you know, but I'm a people person, man. I don't know if I could survive it. My wife would be okay, but I don't mind living in a pretty small town. The town I live in's less than 60,000, but I'd have a hard time living out of town past 5 miles, because when I need something, I'm one of the guys that I don't mind going to town to get it, you know.
My town is 750 people.
Wow.
750. Where do you live, sir?
Avon, Illinois.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, I'm 35 minutes away from near city.
Is that farmland?
Yep, that's farmland. We got a bunch of cornfields and bean fields.
Yeah, corn and soybeans.
Do you have a single traffic light in your town?
No, we have none.
Yeah, that's how you can tell how small they are, is when you have none. That is small.
We got one down by the junior high school, the middle school.
Wow.
And
I bet you got good pheasant hunting.
Yeah, I'll bet.
What's that?
Good pheasant hunting.
Yep. I tell you what, we got some massive deer. I mean,
I get it, man.
They're like the size of horses.
I'm from southern Wisconsin originally, and I've flown all around there. And you're in a real small town. I know about where it is. It's like more like, isn't it north central Illinois?
No, it's west central.
West central, okay.
I'm 40 miles straight east of the Mississippi.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to hunt the
also
Mississippi flyways up in Wisconsin.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
like
yeah.
Perrysville.
I'm
There
a
you
river
go.
rat.
Hey
Yeah,
guys,
one of my best buddies is from La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Oh yeah. Well, that wrestling was there tonight.
I'm gonna try to head back in the shop because I'm freezing my ass off on the porch here. If I lose you, good night, guys. And
All right. Hey, thanks, Mike. Appreciate your
Yeah.
information, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for all the info on combat. I was
Congratulations.
kind
Yeah,
of
man,
proud of
we
you.
enjoyed it.
if I make it to the shop and I'm still on, I'll stay on. But if I lose you, check out my YouTube channel if you
I
want
will.
control my videos.
All right. Yeah, Mike's a cool dude. I'm glad we had the opportunity to get to know each other.
Yeah, that's
We
great.
always see each other twice a year up in Huntersville. Oh, pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, I met him at the Nationals this year.
I'm probably going to close up shop in a few minutes here anyway.
Yeah, guys, I'm fading, man.
Yeah,
I
that's
appreciate it,
fine by
everybody.
me too.
I had a great time. Thanks for the invite. We'll see everybody Friday.
Yeah, thanks for hanging in there with us, Terry. I'm glad
No
you.
problem, man. I love all you guys, and I love Control Line. So,
Hey, back at you, buddy. We'll be
I get you.
back and forth through the week.
all right. And if you guys get bored during the week, you can check out my appearing room. And if you see that anybody's in there, there's no restrictions on joining. Just come in.
Okay.
What's the ad appear in what?
It's Terry, the and sign, the Pirates, no space. Terry and the Pirates.
Okay.
So it's Terry, Terry, then the and sign, and then the Pirates, no spaces.
Okay.
Yep.
P-A what?
Terry.
Terry.
And then the and sign, the
and Terry.
Terry and the Pirates. It used to be a comic book series.
Is that a plural parrot or a single parrot?
Terry and the Pirates.
Okay.
Yes.
Plural.
All right, got it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll drop in once in a while and see if you're on there.
Yeah, anytime, guys, anytime.
Yeah, sign it off now.
No, well, the appearing, once you you have the app or the device to see it on your iPhone or your computer, then if you type in the address for the room, it'll always be on there. Like I have Stunthangar and the 4 or 5 other ones that my friends have. And then when you open it up, you'll see if anybody's in a room.
Yeah.
And
on a computer, you don't need anything special. You just type it in your browser.
So that's
yes, sir.
That's Terry and Terry Pirate.
No, Terry and the Pirates.
THE Pirates.
No, yeah, Terry and the and sign, the THE Pirates, Pirates.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
I got you.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be calling it here too, guys.
Yeah, Wednesday night we have Caitlyn Jenner as a guest. No, I'm just teasing. Oh, God.
Thanks for teasing.
Woman of the year. Woman of the year.
Yeah, thanks for
the
teasing.
country's in bad shape.
Oh my
man.
gosh.
I won't be joining.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I don't even know the name.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well. Oh my God. You don't even want to get me started with that.
It used to be Bruce Jenner.
Yeah.
Before the witches took his manhood away.
Gotcha. Now I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I quit eating Wheaties.
I would too.
Man, I'll tell
Holy
you.
crap.
I used to look up to that cat, man.
Maybe it's in the Wheaties.
Oh, Terry, you could start another 3-hour bash on that.
I know. No, I don't want to go there. I just wanted to leave everybody with a little Terry and the Pirates humor. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. It was very enjoyable. Thanks,
See you guys later.
Rusty, all you guys. And the eaglet's looking absolutely fantastic, man. Good job.
Looking great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Still got a ways to go, though.
We have some flight videos for sure,
Well,
right?
at least you're doing something, Frank.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, building, I mean, you know, we're not doing, you know, I'm not building yet, but it's getting close.
Well,
Yeah, I
got a top secret
control line with
project
the
going
crap.
on, but it's top secret for a while.
Yep. And I've got exhaust stacks for your P40, and if you're building anything, Mike, I'll send you some stacks too. I don't care. It's all good.
Hey, I'm building a P40.
Yeah, these stacks will work.
Oh,
I
man.
got one downstairs to build.
Yeah.
It's actually my son's. He says, Dad, all them models down there, if you want to build them, just go build them. Thanks.
Howard Rush printed me some exhaust headers for my
oh yeah, 3D printing. Nice. Yeah.
and for my Yak 9. They fit really well.
That's in primer right now, and I'm looking for exhaust stacks. My P40, I'm doing another P40, but it's gonna be pretty. The setup is gonna be pretty wild, so I can't wait to start on it.
Well, I can't wait to see it. Well, if I can help you out with anything, let me know. I've got a friend that has a 3D printer. What we did is we scanned these exhaust stacks. These were from a vacuum form from an old Top Flight P51 that came out in like 1969, 70. That B model, the RC
the B
one.
model, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this came from there, but my friend has a digitizer and he scanned it because we want to come out with one a little bit smaller.
I'd love to have a 3D pilot made of myself.
There's places on where you can find them in Model Airplane News that do it.
I know it, and I'm looking at 400 bones.
Yeah, I think so. And you can get even little uniforms and stuff.
It's expensive. I've already checked into it.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, my face ain't worth $400 yet.
Well, mine either. Yeah. All right, guys, have a good one.
All right. See y'all. See Rusty. Hey, good luck with your hip there, Rusty. Get that thing better.
Yeah, I'll meditate on you. You're going to feel healing energy.
Yes, yes. Aim it. I'm part of the fabric of the universe. Aim it this way.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Truth bears investigation. Peace and love, gentlemen.
All right.
See you guys.
I'll see you guys too. I'll catch you later. Fair winds and tight lines.
Well,
see you.
I guess see you later, George. Thanks for coming. Okay.
Thank you very much to you.
For anybody that's still watching, we appreciate it and appreciate your contributions. And we'll see you again on Friday night. So in the meantime, fair winds, tight lines, and we'll see you Friday. Good night.
Okay, good night. Thank you.